Have you ever stopped to think that your soul chose your family before you were born? It wasn't by chance, nor was it chaotic, but with the precision of a master artist. Your soul looked at this life, saw the challenges ahead, and wisely said, "This is where I'm going to grow up. This is where I will awaken." And now, you find yourself questioning why you were placed in a family that feels more like a battlefield, why you were raised in an environment that seemed to undermine your spirit when it was supposed to protect it. I know how you feel. I've been there. But the truth you need to understand now is that being born into a toxic family is not a punishment. It's not karma coming back to haunt you. On the contrary, it's a gift, a monumental gift, capable of altering your life, of changing your outlook on everything you thought you knew. But I know that, right now, you still can't see it clearly. And that's what we're going to talk about. Let's explore the heart of this journey together, to understand the deep wisdom that lies within your pain. In this video, I'm going to guide you through a journey of self-knowledge and awakening, showing you how the difficulty you're facing right now can be the key to a powerful transformation. Stay with me, and you'll realize that what seemed like an unbearable burden can actually be the greatest opportunity you've ever had in your life. And I'm here to help you see it clearly and deeply. If you're ready to discover more about the power of turning your pain into strength, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss out on any life-changing insights. Have you ever stopped to think why your soul chose to be born into the chaos, pain, and confusion of a toxic family? Perhaps you've tried unsuccessfully to understand why you were placed at the center of an emotional battlefield. The answer may be simpler than you think. Your soul didn't choose this path by chance. It wasn't a mistake. On the contrary, you were placed exactly where you needed to be. And that's a gift, an opportunity for growth, although it's often difficult to see it that way. Toxicity is like fire. It burns, hurts, and leaves marks, but it also has the power to forge. Like steel, which is tempered in the intense heat, your soul, as it goes through these trials, will be shaped in a unique way. And you will learn to deal with the harsh realities of life, which, however painful, bring powerful lessons about the true nature of humanity. Those scars you carry are not marks of failure, but signs of resilience. They indicate that you have passed the toughest test of all and survived. What once seemed to be an unbearable burden can turn out, over time, to be the furnace in which your soul has been strengthened. When you begin to understand that your family's difficulties and pain are not a reflection of what you deserve, but rather an opportunity to transcend, you begin to see your journey in a new light. You begin to realize that by facing suffering, you become stronger, wiser, and, above all, more capable of healing not only yourself, but also the generations that preceded you and those to come. So ask yourself, what is your history of pain and suffering teaching you? What is the lesson you still need to learn? Because every difficulty, every pain, every difficult moment carries with it hidden wisdom, waiting to be discovered by you. Have you ever noticed how your relationship with your family is often a mirror that reflects the parts of you that you most fear to face? Your family members' toxic behavior may seem painful and unfair, but there is something deeply revealing about it. They are showing you who you really are, or rather, who you have been. This reflection can be difficult to accept, but it is essential to your healing process. When you look at what's happening within your family, the anger, the control, the manipulation, it's easy to fall into the trap of feeling like a victim. But the most important question you should ask yourself is, where do these behaviors appear within me? Because, believe me, every external conflict has an internal mirror. And often, the things that bother us most about others are actually characteristics of ourselves that we haven't yet recognized or accepted. This can be an uncomfortable process, but it is through this recognition that you begin to free yourself. Instead of fighting the reflection in front of you, how about stopping for a moment and asking what it is trying to teach you? What is this pain, anger, or suffering showing you about the patterns you need to break within yourself? This is the real gift that toxicity offers. A unique chance to get to know yourself, to look inside and discover the parts of you that need healing. Every confrontation, every moment of anger or frustration with your family, offers you an opportunity to transform pain into self-knowledge. And in doing so, You begin to break the cycles that repeat themselves, not just in your life, but in all your blood. When you begin to see your family members not just as enemies or traitors, but as masters who teach you valuable lessons, your view of the world changes. More importantly, you begin to see yourself more clearly, to heal and to transcend the patterns that, until then, seemed insurmountable. Have you ever wondered what healing really means? It's not just about erasing pain or forgetting the past. Healing is actually a profound process of reconnecting with who you really are. It's a path of recovering your essence, of remembering who you were before the scars of life formed. And when you start down this path, something wonderful happens. You start to break free, not from your family, but from the invisible chains you were carrying inside. Healing begins with a simple but powerful decision: to no longer accept the stories that have been written for you. No longer accept the roles your family gave you, nor the expectations they tried to place on your back. You are not the reflection of harsh words or impenetrable silences. You are someone in constant evolution, someone with the power to rewrite yourself, to reshape your life and your destiny. Now, stop for a moment and think, what would you need to start changing within yourself in order to begin this healing journey? What are the patterns you need to break? What are the wounds that you still carry and that are perhaps controlling your life without you realizing it? This is the most important work you will do in your life. And no, it won't be easy. The healing journey requires courage, patience, and a deep love for yourself. But it is also the journey that leads you to true freedom. As you heal, your soul frees itself. And by freeing your soul, you not only transform your life, but also influence the transformation of those around you. Now, I want to know from you, what was the most powerful lesson you learned from going through this process of healing and transformation? Share your experience in the comments below. Let's create a conversation where everyone can learn from each other and grow together. Self-acceptance is undoubtedly one of the most transformative stages of your journey. In the midst of the toxicity and wounds of the past, true change begins when you accept who you are, with all your imperfections, your mistakes, and even the pain you've carried for so long. But how do you achieve this true acceptance? How do you look inside yourself and, instead of criticizing yourself, accept yourself? It's a process, and like any process, it takes time and patience. Acceptance is not about settling for pain or accepting the toxicity of others as an immutable truth. No, acceptance is about recognizing that, despite adversity, you have the power to transform your life. You can choose to step out of the cycle of suffering and onto the path of healing, compassion, and true freedom. This starts with one small step: looking at yourself without harsh judgments. Recognize that, despite your imperfections, you are worthy of love, peace, and happiness. When you begin to genuinely accept yourself, the power to change things around you begins to emerge, because you are no longer bound by the narratives of the past or the expectations of others. And I know this path isn't easy. It's not a path of quick fixes or immediate answers, but it is the path that leads to true transformation. And you've already taken the first step by starting the journey of understanding what's behind all this pain. If you identify with this message and feel you're ready to take another step towards your healing, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and follow more content like this. Here, we're all on a journey of transformation together, and I'll be here to walk with you every step of the way. Don't miss the next videos that can bring profound insights into your life. When we're in the process of healing, it's natural to want to see the people around us, especially our family, change so that the pain diminishes. Perhaps you've thought at some point that if only your family behaved differently, life would be easier, lighter, fuller. But the truth is that true freedom begins the moment you let go of this need. Healing happens when you understand that you can't control others, but you can control the way you react to everything they do. Free yourself from the idea that your happiness depends on the actions of others. This is one of the biggest myths you can carry around. The key is to change yourself, not everyone around you. By changing your perspective and the way you deal with pain, you open the door to true freedom, which is not affected by anyone else's actions. When you stop waiting for external changes to find inner peace, You begin to realize that your peace, your happiness, your evolution no longer depend on others. They are within you. It's what you choose to believe, what you choose to experience, what you choose to release from the past that will define your journey. And the beauty of this process is that by changing the way you see the world, you automatically create a change in your energy. The people around you may not change immediately, but something inside you does, and this transformation reverberates. When you free yourself, you become an example to others, showing with your light that it is possible to break out of cycles of pain and suffering. Now, stop and think, what would happen if you stopped waiting for your family to change so that you could be happy? What would happen if you took full control of your own life? What if you understood that real change starts with you? Forgiveness is one of the most powerful keys to transformation. And, as contradictory as it may sound, it is forgiveness that sets you free, not just the person who caused you pain, but yourself. When we're in a toxic family environment, it's easy to carry the weight of resentment and anger. The offenses can pile up and the pain, however justified, can end up shaping who you are. But by holding on to this burden, you are trapping yourself in the past and unconsciously allowing the cycle of suffering to continue. Forgiveness doesn't mean you're saying that the pain you suffered was right or that what happened was acceptable. It's not about giving permission for the mistake, but about freeing yourself from the negative energy that this mistake has generated in you. Forgiveness is a way for you to take control of the pain that the other person has over your life. It's not for others, it's for you. It's the decision to stop living like a victim and start acting like a being who has the power to create their own peace. Forgiveness is the moment to recognize that, even when someone has hurt you, they also carry their own pain and limitations. And by releasing resentment, you allow yourself to grow, free yourself, and heal. Forgiveness isn't something you do all at once. It's a process. But each step along the way is a step towards your emotional freedom. Think about it. What do you still carry of pain and resentment towards your family? How are these emotions influencing your life today? Forgiveness is often the first step towards true liberation. Did you know that being born into a toxic family placed you in a unique scenario? This was no accident. Your soul chose to be born into this environment for a profound reason. You were chosen to break ancestral patterns, to interrupt the cycles of pain and suffering that have been passed down from generation to generation. Family patterns such as addictions, manipulation, neglect, or even a lack of communication and affection are passed down from one generation to the next. They are not random. They have deep roots, linked to unhealed traumas, to patterns of behavior that are perpetuated without question. And your mission, as the chosen one, is exactly that: to interrupt this chain, break these patterns, and bring healing to your lineage. To do this requires a great deal of effort, because it's not just about changing your life. It's about transforming something that comes from a long way back and that is impregnated in your emotional and psychological DNA. This process is not simple, but it is possible. By understanding the origin of these patterns and accepting your responsibility for changing your own response to them, you begin to create a new path. You begin to write a new story, not just for yourself, but for all those who come after you. If you're ready to take on this journey and break the cycles that have trapped you, know that every step towards healing and self-knowledge is a step towards transforming your family's story, and that is an immense power. You are the key to this transformation, and the impact you make will be felt for generations to come. There is a crucial moment in the healing journey, which is the decision point. Do you choose to remain stuck in the past, or do you choose to finally free yourself from it? The past, especially when it involves a toxic family, can be a heavy burden, laden with hurt, frustration, and regret. And as difficult as it may be, it's necessary to leave this weight behind if you really want to transform your life and move towards the future you deserve. Leaving the past behind doesn't mean erasing the experiences you've had or denying the pain you've felt. It means, in fact, to stop defining yourself by them. It means stopping living as if the wounds of the past were still open, dictating every choice and every emotion in the present. It means taking control of your story and understanding that you are not a hostage to everything that has happened. Liberation begins the moment you decide that, although the past has been part of your life, it will no longer be the lens through which you see the world. You begin to understand that pain doesn't define who you are, and suffering shouldn't be the driving force behind your actions. By letting go of the emotional scars of the past, you make room for new experiences, for a new identity, for a future of healing and freedom. This decision is not easy. There are days when the temptation to return to the past, to relive old hurts and resentments, can be great. But remember, every time you choose healing, you are choosing a new path. And over time, the painful memories begin to lose their power over you. You start to become stronger, lighter, more able to live in the present with the freedom of someone who has overcome what was holding them back. Throughout this journey, we explore a profound and transformative truth. Being placed in a toxic family is not a punishment or a curse, but a divine opportunity for growth. The pain, suffering, and challenges you have faced are not accidents. They are part of a bigger plan, where you, as the chosen one, have the power to break the negative cycles and heal not only yourself, but the generations that came before you and those that will come after. Every pain you've experienced has been a lesson in disguise. Every difficult moment, every conflict, every emotional scar was an opportunity to get to know yourself, to heal and to grow stronger. It was a chance to look inside yourself and understand that true transformation begins when you decide to take control of your life, when you choose to no longer be held hostage by the past or by the expectations of others. You weren't born to follow the same path as pain. You were born to transcend, to rise up, and, in doing so, create a new path. Forgiveness, self-acceptance, the understanding that change begins within you, and the courage to face your family's reflections. All of these are essential to your healing process. But perhaps the most important lesson is that, in order to change, you must first understand that you are not here to live according to the norms and standards that have been handed down to you. Your mission is not to conform, but to break the cycles and create a new reality, for yourself and for everyone around you. Remember, pain doesn't define who you are, but it does have the power to shape who you can become. By looking it in the face, rather than running away, you can find the strength to transform that pain into wisdom, and wisdom into freedom. True transformation is not about changing others, but about freeing yourself from the chains of the past and creating a life aligned with your deepest truth. The path of a chosen one is not easy. It is full of challenges, moments of doubt, and even loneliness. But remember, you were chosen because you are strong enough to endure pain and turn it into something beautiful. The fire you've been through isn't meant to burn you, but to forge you, to strengthen you. And by breaking free, you not only create a new story for yourself, but also for your family, your lineage, and those who will be inspired by your courage. Now, the real question is, what will you do with the power you have in your hands? Will you continue to live by the past, or will you choose to transcend it all? Will you continue to struggle against the chains, or will you use your light to illuminate them and finally break them? You are the catalyst for this transformation. Your healing is the key to change. Your light, the inspiration for those who don't yet know how to shine. If you've connected with this message and feel you're ready to take the next step on your journey, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Don't miss the next videos, where we'll explore even more about living your truth and freeing yourself from the chains of the past. Thank you so much for being here and for sharing this moment with me. Remember, your journey is just beginning, and you're not alone. See you in the next video. Until then, keep shining.